This is Trevor from Telecom Training, and in this video we're going to talk about how to set up DHCP on a Cisco router. Now, most of you may not be familiar with what DHCP is, even though you're using it right now. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. And right now you may be using your phone or an iPad or laptop or some electronic device connected to a local area network to watch this video. Now, when you connect to that local area network, I'm sure you didn't have to enter an IP address into your phone. And the reason you didn't have to enter that yourself is because of a DHCP function. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that using a Cisco router. Now I'm going to set up a router with a switch and two computers on a local area network. I'm going to show you how to set up this network and how to set up DHCP where an IP address would automatically be assigned to the computers connected. Now here I'm going to select a switch. I'm going to pick the first one here, put it in the canvas. Now I'm going to get a couple of computers, put them both down here. Then I'm going to get a router. Pick the very first one, put it up here. So, okay, let's fix it properly here. Move them around. Okay, so let's connect everything now. Connect the computer to the switch. Connect the router to the switch. And finally connect the switch to the last computer. Okay, everything is connected now. What I want to do is to go into the router and set it up. So I'm going to double click on the router. Go over here to CLI. Click on that. At the bottom here it says, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? Always type no. And enter again. So I entered twice to get to this point. And type enable, E-N-A-B-L-E, and enter. You're going to the enable mode now. We started in the user exec mode. Now we're going to the privilege mode. That's why we type enable. And enter. You're in the privilege mode where you see this number sign here. In order to make any changes to the router, we have to go into the global exec mode. So we have to type config space T. That's config terminal, config space T. All we have to do is to type the T, the first letter in terminal, and we hit enter. So now we are in the global exec mode. So this is where we can make changes. The first thing we try to do is to try to get onto this interface, GIG 0/0/0. So we type interface, INT. We don't have to type the whole thing out. We just type INT space GIG 0/0/0 and enter. Now I'm on that interface there. Now I have to assign an IP address to that interface. So I'm going to assign IP address, IP space address space 192.168.2.1. This is the IP address that I'm going to assign. And we hit the space bar and we type the subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and enter. Okay, now that interface is completed, but you notice that I still have two red flags, which tells you this router is not communicating with the switch. And the reason for this is because routers do not automatically communicate with anything until they are activated. So this port has to be activated before it would communicate with anything. So the next thing I have to do is to type no shut in order for this port here to come up. So no space SHUT and enter. You'll notice now that the red flags are going to change. See, the red flag here changed to green and this one is orange. And in a few seconds, this would also turn green. Okay, perfect. You'll notice now that they're all green. That means you have communication between this port and the local area network. The next thing we have to do is to set up DHCP on this router. So I'll go back here, and you'll notice I'm still on the interface here. So I have to type exit. Okay. So this is where I have to set it up. I can't be on the interface. I'm still in the global exec mode, but not on the router interface. So now I type IP space DHCP space pool space NETA. Now I could type anything here. I just give it a name. I just give this DHCP function a name. I call it NetA. You could call it your name. You could call it anything you want. Okay, just this part, NETA. Okay, you can call that your name if you wish. So I'll just go enter. All right, so now I will type network space 192.168.2.0. As you may remember, I typed 192.168.2.1 on this interface. That simply means I'm on the 192.168.2 network. Okay, now .0 is the network IP. So I will have 255 hosts. From .1 to .255 I can assign to computers on this network. But this IP address here has to be .0. Let's say, for instance, I had used 192.168.3.1 on this interface. This network IP would be 192.168.3.0. Okay, so but I use .2.1, so this is 192.168.2.0 space the subnet mask. You remember I use a subnet mask up there as well, 255.255.255.0. I have to use the same subnet mask here. I have to be consistent, right? And just enter. So next I have to type the default router, which is the same IP address that I put in originally for that interface. Default dash router space 192.168.2.1. That's it, the same IP address I have on the gateway. So I'm basically pointing the router to this IP address that I've just put in. I've already set up the network in the router. I'm pointing it to this interface here so that it will assign DHCP on all the devices on this network here. Like I could have pointed it to a different interface. Like this router has many different interfaces, but I pointed to the interface that I've already have set up with this IP 192.168.2.1. If I didn't do this, the router wouldn't know which interface to go to. Okay, so I'll just hit enter right now, and that's set up. That's it. So I'll just type exit, and if I should go down to this computer here, click on that, click on desktop, click on this one here, IP configuration. It is default as static. This is where I could put a static IP address in manually, but I don't want to do that. I want to set up DHCP where I can connect a computer on this local area network and an IP address will be automatically sent to it. So I'm going to go to DHCP. Let's see, 192.168.2.2, the subnet mask, the same one, and here 192.168.2.1, the gateway IP. So this computer is all set up. As it said, DHCP request successful. So everything is fine there. So I'm going to check the other one. Select DHCP and wait and see. Okay, 192.168.2.3. Okay, 2.2 was on the first one, 2.3 on the second. The correct subnet mask, the correct gateway. DHCP request successful. So everything is fine there. So I'm going to try to ping from here to this router. So I'm going to type ping 192.168.2.1, enter, and it's going through. And here we got packet sent 4, received 4, 0 loss. So everything is fine there. successful ping. So I'm going to close that, go on the next computer, click on command prompt, type ping 192.168.2.1, enter. You got 4 replies. You sent 4, received 4. Everything looks good. So everything is good there. So now I'm going to try to ping from the router to the computers. So now I'm still in the global exec mode. I'm going to type exit because I want to get back to the privileged exec mode. Type exit because this is where you'll do the ping command from. If I do question mark to show you what commands you have here, I'm just going to hit the question mark. You'll see that ping is one of the commands that you have in here. I'll just hit the space bar to get all of them to come up. Now, where was the ping? Here it is. The ping is right here. See? So ping is one of the functions within the privileged exec mode. So I'm going to type ping space 192.168.2.2, which is this computer. Then hit enter. Okay, pings were sent, successful 100%. So everything looks good. So I'm going to try to ping this computer here as well. Ping 192.168.2.3. Okay, and that looks good as well, 100%. And you know what? I can even go ahead and add more computers here. I can even set up wireless devices on this network, and they will all get an IP address automatically. I'll go ahead and do one more for you to see right now, so you can see it work. I'll choose a laptop, for instance. Laptop in there. I'm going to connect it. Okay. Now, if I should click on this right now and click on desktop, click here. I'm just waiting for that to sync up. It should sync once it goes green. It would be ready. Okay, everything is ready there. So now if I click on DHCP, you should see the IP addresses automatically assigned. There you go. 192.168.2.4, the subnet mask, and also the gateway. So, and this was successful as well. And I would be able to ping from here to the router and from the router to here, just like I did the others. You can go ahead and set up to 255 devices on this network, from 1 right up to 255. And they would all be connected automatically, just like these were. This is Trevor from Telecom Training. If this video was helpful to you and you would like to see more videos like this one, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.